So recently, there's a news that Nancy Pelosi is going to visit Taiwan, and I was just thinking maybe this is a funny. I was thinking, why is it a big deal that China is mad that Nancy Pelosi is visiting Taiwan? She, Nancy doesn't say Taiwan is an independent country. She just visiting. How is it different from visiting Shanghai? So is it because in reality China know that Taiwan is not under China's jurisdiction, so they have no control over it? And so their complaint is indirectly admitting that Taiwan is its own self-governing country. And then I also hear people saying uh, China will shoot down the plane, but if they do, they will be the aggressor, right? So why should we be afraid? So, and I'm guessing she probably not going to say anything. It will just be a friendly trip, and probably nothing will come out of it. But it's not like she will say Taiwan is democratic and is a free China, and China should. I don't think she's going to say anything dramatic. And at first, I didn't think it was going to happen. Uh, because, oh, because before USA sent the C-17, which is a military transport, and to donate vaccine to Taiwan. So when they do that, they didn't really announce ahead. So when Nancy announced ahead, it sounds like they were just trying to see China's reaction. Because if they were going to do it, they won't. They don't need to announce ahead. And I'll be impressed if she actually follow through and do it, and I'll start liking her. So then that she actually represent democracy and not just say one thing but don't do it, like how she does with COVID. And I think we should welcome her with a military escort, like you see here when Taiwan's president was meeting China, and we have Mirage jet fighter escorting the plane. And it's equipped with the external fuel tank and medium range air-to-air missile. But I think probably not needed because there was a news the aircraft carrier is entering Ronald Reagan aircraft carrier. So pretty much on that aircraft carrier, it would be enough to deal with the entire Chinese Air Force. And I doubt China would dare to do anything because they will be the aggressor now. So it's saying it has the active radar homing missile with the 80-kilometer range. The warhead is 20 kilogram. I believe this is called the Mica. This is a Mirage 2000 from France. So the early warning plane also take off, and this is the destination. So we can also only escort to here, and we have to return because it exceeds our air defense at the ADIZ. But it was saying the F-16 from another base is also in the air waiting. And what else I want? So at first I did not think it was going to happen because usually when if a country is going to do some, just like North Korea kept saying their nuclear power, if they're going to do something, they will do it by now instead of keep talking about it. So, but because we United States moved in the aircraft carrier, so I have a feeling it might actually happen. And I also hear a debate on the Chinese radio. It's an American Chinese radio, but somehow I feel it's more of a with the Chinese influence. The radio basically talking about now the United States have to follow through because they this is the AM 1300 radio. Um, I feel it's not entirely clear. Um, oh, I think the main point is they were mentioning Nancy Pelosi said they want to go, but Biden tell her not to go, and the U.S. Department of Defense tell her not to go. So this caused a conflict inside the United States, and some commentary were saying why they announce in public, why can't they decide together in the back instead of in public to telling her? And why don't they have an agreement among themselves and the U.S. government? And they are criticizing it as a sign of weakness. But I thought it's a strategy United States put to be ambiguous. Because if everyone in the U.S. government said Nancy should go to Taiwan, then that would definitely piss off China a lot. And United States want to be neutral and be ambiguous. Because if they say they're going to support Taiwan no matter what, then Taiwan will go ahead declare independence, and that'll be big trouble and might cause war. But if they favor China too much, then China might attack. So they try to be ambiguous. So in this case, they try to act like everybody in the government doesn't agree when Nancy's move. So when Nancy actually go to Taiwan, we can just say that's her own decision, doesn't represent the U.S. government. I think it's the same thing that Biden could do. And Biden, everybody trying to say Biden is senior and his mind doesn't clear, it's not clear. And I think that's his excuse. So he can say whatever about he will definitely defend Taiwan, and later on the White House will correct his statement. So, and then Trump's excuse is that he's just crazy, so he just say whatever he want. Like when North Korean leaders say they have nuclear weapon, Trump just say he have bigger button. So his excuse is he's crazy, and Biden's excuse is that he's senile. And Nancy, I don't know if she has an excuse, but basically, Biden and Department of Defense try to say they convince her not to go. So that's my analysis of this whole situation. So Biden and Nancy and Department of Defense tell her not to go, doesn't mean U.S. government is weak. It's just we try to act like United States try to act like they don't agree with Nancy's move. So when Nancy actually visit Taiwan, the U.S. government can say that doesn't represent the United States action. It's just her personal action. But of course, deep down, everything is planned ahead, and they probably agree. That's why the government is sending the aircraft carrier over there. If it's really Nancy's her own action, then we can just let her go in regular airline, right? And we don't need to send any aircraft carrier to protect her.